welcome to Bespoke. Today we're going to be talking about Fabergé Brut Original. Well, technically it's not Fabergé anymore and it hasn't been since 1989 when it was taken over by Unilever. But they keep the name on it. Why? Probably because it sounds French. Why not? Sounds great. Now, I won't lie, I have a lot of affection for Brut. It is the fragrance that my father would wear. There's always been a bottle at my home. You could say that Brut is the European equivalent of Old Spice. It's been around though only since 1964, not 1938 like Old Spice, and the nose behind it was a gentleman called Karl Mann. Now, the bottle may seem unfamiliar. That's because in Europe the bottles are like this and they're not the long neck bottles with the medallion on them. Probably because, well, Unilever and Fabergé, they're managed differently in different countries. So, respecting the spray difference, because this isn't a splash, let's give this a try. Now, I really like the atomizer on this. I find it's quite decisive, it gives a nice dispersal and a nice coverage. So first things first is that Brut is known for its overwhelmingly citrusy head. Now there's lemon, there's anise, and there's basil. But it's the lemon that kind of overpowers the rest of it, and it's not very enjoyable at first. It's sickly sweet and it's bitter. Unfortunately, there's some lavender in there that sort of comes to the rescue, and as the citrus evaporates, it starts to emerge and helps us transition towards the heart. So now we're starting to get to the heart. You know, there's a jasmine, there's bergamot, geranium, so it's quite floral, it's quite light. And there's the presence of vanilla that's starting to seep out from underneath. And the vanilla is starting to bring us towards a base which is quite woody. There's sandalwood, vetiver, and coumarin, the first synthesized aldehyde. So we're getting into the base, and here it's quite woody. We have sandalwood, we have vetiver, we have tonka bean or coumarin in that sense, and we have patchouli. So we have quite a powdery, almost talcum powdery foundation to the base, which gives a nice soapy, clean, floral fragrance as a whole. It's very enjoyable. It's after you get past the head, it's a very light and very refreshing fragrance. Now, this is the eau de toilette, so by all intents and purposes, it should last for quite a while. Unfortunately, in terms of weight and strength, the longevity is very much lacking. You have a very good sillage, you have a very good projection, but unfortunately, when I say sillage, I mean the trail that the fragrance leaves. When someone walks past and they wear it, you can just get a hint of it. Projection is how it sort of projects from your body, but then when it comes to the longevity, this stuff, you're lucky if it lasts 3 or 4 hours at best, which is a real shame because, like I said, after the head, it's a fantastic fragrance. It's very enjoyable. Now, in terms of third-party feedback, it's like I was saying earlier, you have this division. You have people that say they like the light, soft vanilla refinement behind it. They like the herbaceousness. They like the aromatic. But then you have the other camp that they try that head and they just say, you know what, forget about it. This is too much. It burns the nose. I don't want to take this any further. And to be honest, fair enough. This is a 1960s cologne. It will probably set you on fire if it could. In terms of impressions now, it's a very mature fragrance given its background. It is worn best by people over the age of 30, can be worn by people in their late 20s like myself. Best time to wear this fragrance, I'd say during the day, without a doubt. It's okay during the evening. At night, going out, it's lacking that refinement, that little extra something, and if you're going out at night, it would not survive the club. It would just be drowned in the odor of sexual longing. In terms of presentation, it's a great bottle. It's a shame about this plastic lid. The logo is iconic, it looks great, and the atomizer is solid. The packaging, well, it's okay. It's nothing special. They're trying to make it look like leather. It looks pixelated, to be honest. The Brut logo is embossed, which is a nice finish, but I mean, it's a budget fragrance, so corners must be cut somewhere. So in terms of value for money, you can get a bottle like this, well, the long-necked equivalent in the United States, for about $20 on Amazon and Notina. However, in Europe, this bottle cost me around the equivalent of $6 for 100 milliliters. That's 3.1 ounces, I believe. So there is this divide in price. As the bottles look different, I'd be inclined to expect that maybe they smell different too. So I'd look forward in trying a bottle of American Brut in the future, and I will do an update accordingly. Overall conclusion of Brut is that it's an extremely good value, iconic scent that is just let down by that bitter, overwhelming head and the lackluster longevity. Otherwise, it's a fantastic, iconic fragrance that competes with sign giants in France and abroad, and has made a name for itself in the last, I can't do maths, but more than 50 years. Is it as good as Old Spice? They're so different. You can't compare them. Old Spice probably wins in a popularity contest, but Brut certainly has its place. That's all from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more of our weekly fragrance reviews and more. Don't hesitate to come to bespokeunit.com, where you can read the full review of Brut and many more. You can also read content on how to use, how to wear, and how to test fragrances, as well as download a copy of our fragrance formula to use at home. And finally, don't forget to like our Facebook page for regular updates and follow us on Instagram at Bespoke Unit. That's all from me. My name's Charles-Philippe, and I wish you a good day. Take care.